Hey guys, and what's up? This is the Merc here at Poolshed Games, and today I'm just it's kind of a what's in the box, but it's more of a opinion, I guess, because you all know that I just picked up that nice paint set here a little bit ago, and for a long time I've been put off of spray priming miniatures because I used to use what everybody would say, use the cheap spray paint and it'll be a good primer. I had bad experiences where it ran and obscured all the detail on my minis, and I just didn't feel like painting them after that. So I finally decided to break down and get myself what I was told is a very good spray primer from a pretty reputable company. So what I got, so I picked up Army Painter Color Primer, Spray Primer. It was, I think, like $8 or $12. It says it is Army sized 400 milliliter can. It was a little pricey compared to like a cheap ass bottle of spray paint you can get down at like CVS or Lowe's. But the upside is this stuff is amazing. I used it today because I had pretty nice weather, and I got a bunch of plastic zombies and some Infinity models I wanted to undercoat. So I set up the station, I opened this bad boy up, and I took it out to use. And my dad, he was the one that he would spray prime his models, and he told me, he's like, oh, it's going to take you about 20 or 30 minutes to dry that stuff. He's like, it might be quicker because you're in the sun and it's a little windy, but it'll probably take you 20 or 30 minutes. So I was expecting to be out there for a little while. I expected to spray a coat on, have to wait like 20 minutes until that dried, see how well it coated, spray on another coat. Well, let me tell you, that's not the case with this stuff. Not the case at all. I sprayed my first batch, and by the time I was done spraying the second rack, the first rack was dry. This stuff dries almost instantly. I was super excited about that. It sprays really nicely. I found, it tells you maximum distance to hold it is 20 centimeters away from the mini. I held it a little closer than that. I was about a foot, about 12 inches away. Which, because I can't do a quick conversion of centimeters to inches, I might have been more than the maximum distance away. But the beautiful thing about this, with how quick it dries, is I was looking at the minis I had spray primed, and I noticed spots where I had missed. The gray of the plastic was still showing through, where the shininess of the metal was still shining through. So instead of having to wait a long time for that to dry, I was able to just real quick pick it up, tilt the sprue a little bit the way I wanted it to go, and give it another hit of this, and bam, it was done. As far as coverage goes, it covers really well. Gives you a nice base coat that you can work from. From what I saw, it didn't obscure any of the details on my minis. It took me a little bit to get used to just how basically to apply it, but that's just because I haven't spray primed in so long, so it was kind of like, should I do bursts? Should I do a long continuous spray? I wasn't exactly sure how best to handle the situation, but I found that just a long continuous back and forth spray worked really well. I alternated between angling my can different angles and picking up the boards with the clips on that I have that were holding the models. I'd pick those up, and I would sometimes tilt those a different way if I wanted to get better coverage on spots that were kind of hard to get. But all in all, I'm really happy with it. I know they have a bunch of colors. There's the white, which I got because I want to try painting kind of brighter colors. I want my models to pop out a little bit more when I'm painting them. They have black, which are kind of your two basic primer colors. They have a bunch of like basic colors, like there's red primer, blue primer, things like that. That's the Lich Lord trying to sneak in. That's his shadow. Someone's not coming to murder me, I promise. But yeah, they have plenty of different colors for their spray primers, and they also have spray like colors and spray shades. So basically, like what this can said on the back is after you hit it with this spray primer, if you really wanted to, and you had bought the shade, you could hit it with the spray shade kind of right afterwards, and you would have, I guess, the beginnings of highlights for the model, which I thought was pretty cool. They also have their own line of paints, but as you all know, I went with Privateer. And hello, Fridge! Thank you for joining us. Always good to hear from you, my old friend. As I said, it was, I think, $8 or $12. I'm sorry, I can't remember the exact price. My one grumble that I had with it is this had a like your soda can has, like your soda bottle, when you go to open it, you have to crack the seal. This had one of those on it, but it was a nightmare. I had to actually use a pocket knife and hack at it to get it open. And also your spray nozzle is loose when you get it. I don't know if they have to do that for shipping and packaging reasons or what, but this was loose, so I had to put that on, which I lost just a tiny little spritz of paint when I did that. As you can see, it's been used. That's the color. Nice white undercoat. So all in all, I'm really happy with this. I'm glad I bought it. It's going to make painting a lot easier, because hand priming models, as much as I liked it there for a while, because it let me control how much paint got onto the figure, and it let me make sure that none of the details got obscured or screwed up, it's time-consuming. It is incredibly time-consuming. Compared to this, I was out there for about 15 minutes, and I undercoated over 90 models. Yeah. Undercoated over 90 models in like 15 minutes. So I thought that was pretty impressive. It says read instructions carefully, and granted I did that because I didn't want to screw my models up. And I would suggest anybody that buys this reads the instructions pretty carefully. It's not a toy. It's also flammable and toxic if you breathe it in. But we don't do that because it's not good for you. That's really all I have to say about the Army Painter White Spray Primer. Like I said, there's a bunch of different colors. If you get the chance, definitely check them out, especially if you're looking for a new primer to use for your minis. I'm interested to see just how many models this is going to do. It says it's the Army size and it's 400 milliliters. So, like I said, I've done over 90 models today. The can is, I'm not going to say a lot lighter than it was when I started, but it is lighter than when I started for sure. I have a few more starter sets I want to get primed, like my Infinity and my Dystopian Legion starters. And hopefully it lasts me for a little bit of time, and it doesn't run out too soon, because if it runs out pretty quick, that would be disappointing. So, hopefully, this has been somewhat informative. Maybe you'll give Army Painter's Color Primer a chance. If you do, I hope you like it, and I hope you like this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. If you like what we're doing here at Poolshed Games, subscribe, because we'd like it if you did. You'd be our friends. Our friends. Leave us a comment if you want, saying what you liked, what you didn't like. And I guess that's it. We'll see you next time here on Poolshed Games.